Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are driving home on our way home from work. It's a rainy day. It has canceled our softball game for the day. I'm at the point now where I think these girls might not ever play softball this year because of the crappy weather here in Sacramento, and I feel bad. Might be the last year my daughter plays softball, so that's the one thing I'm thinking about more than anything else. Heading home. Days off. Gonna be watching some Wrestlemania this weekend. Made a video about it earlier in the week, basically saying that I have this urgency to watch it, but I don't really know a lot that's going on. I mean, I've read a few of the matches that I'm always going to be familiar with the people that are on Wrestlemania, but I honestly don't really know a lot of the vibe. It's almost like when I went to the AEW show last year, where I knew who was there. I didn't really know who the champions were or what the feuds were, but it's WrestleMania, so let's go out there and let's have some fun. More than anything, I'm really pumped for Cody Rhodes. I've been a Cody Rhodes supporter basically since he was doing his own thing when he left WWE, went to Japan, popped up in Impact, and then of course was doing his Ring of Honor deal. Started up AEW. I thought he was one of the best things going. Then he was what the reason why I was watching AEW in those early days, and now here he is making his return to WWE. His third WrestleMania, his second main event. He's going to be main eventing 2 nights. First to ever do it. Basically since night 1, night 2 has been invented at WrestleMania 36. First person to ever really do both nights. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he showed up in Texas both nights. I guess you can say he had a match. No, he just came down during the McAfee versus Vince match. I'm pretty sure. And that's when they had their little beer bash that ended. So no one's been able to main event it. And I think every year people have been trying to say, especially when Roman was carrying around the 2 belts and they both meant, champion of Raw, champion of SmackDown, that he would have to defend them both, night 1, night 2. So we'll have to see. The thing that I'm confused about, and I'll honestly just put it out there, I don't really understand the stipulation of night 1. Is the stipulation of night 1 that if Rock and Roman defeat Seth and Cody, is it going to be bloodline rules and we're definitely getting Cody versus Roman? Or if Rock and Roman win, do they get to have the match that they wanted? Because I thought that was the storyline that everything was rolling with. It was first announced it was going to be Roman versus Rock. Then, at the press conference, Cody got slapped and then said that he was going to take the spot and Rock couldn't have it. Because of the stipulation of the Royal Rumble, there was really nothing that anybody could do, especially The Rock pissing off Triple H. At the end of the press conference, didn't really make things any easier, kayfabe wise or storyline wise. But is that what it is? Is there a way for Cody to lose night 1 in the tag match and still get his match, or does he lose his match and it's a slam dunk that he's going? He has to win both nights. Basically to come out with it. I'm not 100% on that. I don't really know what's going on. But the one thing I know about is that I really want Cody to win the title. You can call me a Cody crybaby. You can call me anything you want to. I met Cody last year at Disneyland. It was the first time I ever met him. Oh, it was actually at California Adventures. So whatever. I was coming off of the Guardians of the Galaxy drop ride that I don't really like that much, honestly, to tell you the truth. It's not my kind. I don't like going ups and downs. And we had kind of a morning where we were in line for a ride, Monsters Inc. It broke down. We went over to Soarin'. That ride just broke down, and it was kind of like, oh, are we gonna have that kind of a day where just nothing really goes our way? But we went and we rode Guardians. Then we went to the bathroom. We came out and we ran right into Cody Rhodes. He kept running into his father-in-law. I ran into his father-in-law 3 times that morning. Didn't even really know who I was talking to. And he even told me, like, the guy on your sweatshirt is coming out the ride in a minute. And I'm just like, yeah, bud. Okie dokie. But, yeah. I think he's going to win. I think he has to win. That's my real big pick to do it. Surprises for the weekend. I know that Tony Khan has already said it's not going to happen. If Cody is going to lose, if they signed MJF and he makes his debut, costing Cody and like the storyline of MJF hating Cody Rhodes that bad that he would cost them the championship in 2 different companies, I love that storyline. It reminds me when I was hoping that the anonymous Raw general manager back in the early 2010s was going to be Mick Foley, because at the time that storyline was running strong. Mick Foley was the commissioner of TNA, and that would have meant that he was basically the commissioner of 2 different companies at the same time while only working for one of them, which I think if they would have been able to play that off, it would have been hilarious. I don't really got a ton to go along with it. I mean, if Cody wins, that's the way it is. Roman Reigns isn't really a full-time wrestler as it is. I can see him just kind of like disappearing and taking some time off. Some people will probably knock that because of the fact that it seems like he's not even really around that much. And, when he does show up for SmackDown and things, it's not like he's really wrestling. Tip the hat to him. The dude deserves it after the run that he's been on and how over he's been. Yeah, hell yeah. I don't really see them going right into another feud. I don't see them doing a rematch. I don't even really see them doing like, okay, well, you beat Roman, but now you got to beat Rock. I think Cody goes off in a different direction. I just hope that they pick a really good new contender for him to go into so that he has a good storyline. How many times have you seen somebody in WWE win a belt for the first time and then you just see soft booking with them? I see it a lot with the women's division. A first time women's champion, all of a sudden the number 1 contender for the title ends up being like the bottom of the barrel of the women's division that's never really seen win a match anywhere. And it's like, who wanted to see this match? We wanted to see her against the top talent, and instead it's like they work their way from the bottom. By the time they even get close to working towards the top of the card, we're bored of seeing them because the matches that they put up haven't been great. I don't know if it means like maybe the night after WrestleMania, it could just go right into Seth being like, all right, I did a favor for you. I helped you get this. You have to repay me by letting me go after the belt. Seth's got to work both nights, too. That's kind of like forgotten about, the fact that he's going to work night 2 against Drew McIntyre. I talked about the whole thing about, doing the fantasy booking of guys working twice. Hey, I really see Drew winning the championship. I know that I just watched this video on Twitter of him basically saying, like, after WrestleMania, they'll let him out of the cage, and then Brian Cage was his spotter. I think he's trying to play off words, and he's trying to really, like, pop the internet, which is he's been doing. Basically, I think people are probably breaking this down, saying he's going to AEW. as soon as WrestleMania is over. Maybe people are already predicting he's going to lose the match because of that. I think Drew is hot right now. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. 6 months ago, a year ago, when the headlines were popping up that Drew's contract was going to be coming up, I was pushing the guy out the door. At one point, I hadn't seen him in WWE in a little bit, and I thought he was already out the door on his way to Dynamite. But I don't know. I think Cody versus Seth, even if it's babyface versus babyface, I'm really hoping that night one doesn't end with Seth turning, because I don't really want to see the easy predicted stuff at WrestleMania. I want to see something that's just like, that's it. Even if it's just they beat him and then he beats him, I'll take that, because that's the WrestleMania that I grew up on. That the storyline was the chase, the come up, and then he gets there. The WrestleManias that fall flat are like WrestleMania 9, when you're delivered, you're by the show. You think it's going to be Brett versus Yoko. Hey, Brett didn't get the win. Yoko beat him. But why did we have Hulk Hogan come out there? Hogan was only supposed to be in a tag match. That one fell flat. WrestleMania 17. People say one of the best WrestleManias of all time, with Rock versus Austin in the main event. People that remember that's the main event, they think that's one of the best ones of all time. But watch the show back. The ending of the biggest match of all time at that point falls flat because of the fact that Austin joins up with Vince. And you're like, what the hell does that mean? Unless you know the storyline that goes into that match and how important it was to Stone Cold Steve Austin. The guy lost to Triple H the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. He lost, and he, as a character, didn't think he had it anymore, and he had to win that match to prove to himself that he still had it, and he deserved to be in the WWF, and he deserved to be WWF champion. That to me is the storyline of that match. If you watch all of the television, building up to it, hey, so that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. I'm home. Wish WrestleMania was today. Peace out.